Blackstone presents Helldivers, The Lost Years, X and Miles by Nicholas Sansbury Smith. This book is read by R.C. Bray. Day 1. Warning, warning, losing helium. X stared at the sun for another long moment before a coughing fit snapped him out of his trance. Blood flecked the inside of his visor. His eyes looked above the speckles to the sensor reading on his HUD. For the past few hours he had hung in the harness of his booster, coming to grips with his fate, accepting that he had sacrificed his life to save Team Raptor, Commander Rick Weaver from Ares, and everyone living on the Hive, the last bastion of humanity. Tin was up there, and Captain Ash, everyone X cared deeply for. Now they would have another chance at survival. Maybe for just another week, a month, or maybe a year. But it was better than nothing. It was more than X had. He clutched the aching wound in his belly. The blood had crusted over the gash from a siren's claw. The pain mercifully had numbed on the outside, though it hurt like hell when he moved. He groaned as he raised his wrist to check the computer. According to the reading, he was at 25,000 feet, far above the electrical storms. Even in the bright sunlight, the temperature was negative 31 degrees Fahrenheit. The heating pads in his suit would keep out the chill, but only for a time. His battery unit was at 40%. When that ran out, he would freeze to death, whether here or back on the surface of Hades. Either way, with the helium draining from his balloon, he was in a world of trouble. X glanced down at the storm clouds flashing beneath his boots. First, he would fall through those. If the lightning didn't kill him, then he would plummet to the surface, which would turn his already battered body into a loose bag of pulp. Unless by some sliver of chance he could find a pocket in the storm that would allow him to do a controlled descent by releasing helium. A glance at the altimeter on his wrist computer told him he was losing altitude. Son of a... X searched for a break in the storm he had risen through just a few minutes ago. Lightning flashed across the black, scalloped floor, splitting outward before vanishing. X felt the clap of thunder against his chest. He coughed. It felt like being kicked in the ribs. He knew that even if he did manage to get back to the ground without being fried, he was going to need more than the medical pack and the supply crate down there. He needed a safe place to patch himself up, hydrate, and eat something. Where could he find a place safe from beasts and radiation? The ITC building was blown to smithereens, and the rest of the facility was crawling with the eyeless winged monstrosities. It was as bleak a situation as he could recall. And yet X fought on, because that...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?